The break is over. As football fever rages on in another continent, we're back here on the J1 League Goal Zone. We continue to keep you entertained with the best from Japan. Time for the teams to pick up the pace and forge ahead. A couple of fixtures completed during the break. Two struggling sides met at the Lemon Gas Stadium. Both teams unable to break the deadlock, and Shonan picked up their third successive draw as they reached a stalemate with Gamba. But no such problems for the league leaders Kawasaki, on the mark as they slammed home 2 goals against bottom side Yokohama. Yu Kobayashi opened the scoring just before half-time.
Unfortunate drop here, and that is an opportunity. He will not miss, Yu Kobayashi.
And he completed the job for his side in the 70th minute, scoring his 9th goal of the season, and that's another 3 points in the bag for Frontale.
That's a delightful ball to Yu Kobayashi at the far post. The main man there, Yu Kobayashi.
Only 6 games on the schedule for round 18. Vissel Kobe made the trip to Fukuoka, Yokohama hosted neighbouring Tokyo, and the Antlers were at home to play Sendai. Avispa saw their unbeaten streak rudely snapped by Oita before the break and will be looking to continue their ambitions of breaking into the top 3. Kobe had only 1 win to show for their last 5, and there was only 1 point separating the sides coming into this one. Shazad Haq has your commentary.
And towards Sakai. It's a great ball in, chested in by that man, Kyogo Furuhashi, in their very first attack. And Vissel Kobe have taken an early lead. Seemed all too easy, really. Lovely ball. Had to get that right across. Really good ball from Sakai. Turned in by the inform Furuhashi. Improvised well, didn't he? And that's his 10th goal of the season, Kyogo Furuhashi, who's having the form of his life at the moment. Teasing ball in. Lovely, lovely touch on by the man of the moment for Avispa Fukuoka, Yamagishi. And the 2 players picked out before the game have appeared on the score sheet. Only his 2nd goal in the league this season. That's a delightful ball. Watch this from Salmonson as he whips it in. Or rather, Crew. Let's give him the due credit. Really good ball. In between the 2 defenders. Fantastic stuff from Yamagishi. All he had to do was guide it in. Well, this is a good view as well, isn't it? Again, turned over. Here's Bruno Mendes. There's that foul. Frustration. Not given. The crowd thought there might be a case. Won the ball back far too easily there. Saka out of position as well. Mendes' shot was saved. Never a penalty, surely. Something's got to give, you feel. Decent ball in. Iniesta! Oh, he took the ball down so well. Just trying to create some space for himself to take the shot. And it wasn't to be. Iniesta. Oh, lovely scoop to Sakai. They're asking for handball. The referee agrees. No protest from Sugimoto at all. Maybe some of his teammates, but it was all started by Andres Iniesta with a delightful scoop for Gotoku Sakai. He tried to pull the cross in, and then the handball from Sugimoto. To Andres Iniesta. An important goal. His first of the season. Sugimoto will be really disappointed with that. And his team will come to celebrate. But he went to the right this time. Takemiwa, 25-year-old centre-back, 186, so they'll use that height. Previously he was with Vissel Kobe, and that's the wrong side of the post from Daiki Watari. Launch that forward. Maekawa out of position, he's got to get back. Cleared off the line. And that's a bit of late drama there. And almost a chance. Final score at the Best Denki Stadium. It's a Vispa Fukuoka 1, Vissel Kobe 2.
Consadole were on a good run of form before the break, on a 3-game unbeaten streak that could see them move into the top half if that continued. They came up against Oita, a side firmly entrenched in the bottom 4, with only 3 wins in the league so far. Here's Patrick Kinghorn.
Flag stays down here, and they get goal side. Can they finish this off for 1-0? Yes, they can! They'll check the offside on VAR, but it looks very much like Takuro Kaneko has got his 4th of the season to give Sapporo the lead that their early dominance deserves. He timed that run to perfection, seemingly. The replay will confirm. And he's onside clearly. How about the ball from Fukumori, by the way? It's slotted home clinically by Kaneko. Fukumori, new hairstyle, same old range with those long passes though. And unable to do enough to stop Kaneko. Getting it away was Yuta Masao, who was beaten all ends up. Enrique Trevisan couldn't get back, and William Pop had no chance. It's a fine finish. Chanatip is going to get to this first. Now there's no support for Chanatip. There's some support coming now though. Chanatip looking to his left and his right. Still Chanatip entitled to pull the trigger. Chanatip! And it's just wide of the post. The Thai Messi almost announcing his return to J1 football in spectacular fashion in the 13th minute here. And this is something that Sapporo, I'm sure, will try and do for set-piece opportunities. Chanatip just whistling that one wide. Look at that, Aoki gets it back brilliantly after 1-2 with Miyazawa. Miyazawa cuts it inside, the flag is staying down here. And they'll get it to Chanatip on the edge of the area. He lays it off and they're driving through the middle again, and they've made it 2! Another stunning finish. Chanatip involved in the build-up. And Sapporo are turning on the style here against, at the moment, a hopelessly outmatched Oita Trinita. Great hustle from Aoki. Miyazawa found Chanatip. And down the line, they'll check it from VAR, but it looked like Tanaka was onside, and then Kaneko, who's now on a hat-trick, gets his second. They will check that offside call in the build-up on VAR. But Kaneko, what a finish with his left foot. Fukumori holding the challenge off well and releasing Takamina, who can run into empty space here, and he's got Chanatip in support. Chanatip inside the area. Chanatip selflessly gives it to Aoki. Might have been better off going for goal because momentarily the momentum stops, but Chanatip's cross is a good one, and it's just wide of the post from Takuma Arano. As Sapporo continue to lay siege to Oita Trinita's goal, it could easily be 4 or 5 this. Look at this cross from Chanatip, absolute perfection. Now, can Oita nick a goal right on half-time? That really would give the scoreline a reflection that the dominance of Sapporo doesn't warrant, and having been allowed to run right through the middle, Yamato Machida just knocks it over the bar. First real opening that Oita Trinita have had here. Yamato Machida could have no complaints. He was invited to take the shot after Aoki peeled off him. And with the lack of chances they've had, they're going to have to make those count. Sageno not troubled at all. Shin Nagasawa up the other end. Watanabe. Watanabe's going to get this back. Watanabe! Best chance of the game that Oita Trinita have had. And the substitute Arata Watanabe couldn't capitalise, and with that goes their chances of salvaging an unlikely late flurry to steal a point. Best opening they've had in the game. It was a good one too with Nagasawa. It's a nice turn by Yuta Masao. Get the ball back as well. Oita are playing their best football when the game you feel is already lost. Still get a goal here and set up a finish. Can they? Off the crossbar! Just one go for them. I think it was Shun Nagasawa that was there. Sugeno was beaten and Sapporo survive. Are they going to set up a grandstand, finish another chance? This time it's Watanabe whose effort straight at Sugeno. Well, having shown nothing coming forward for the best part of 80 minutes, they've had 3 of the best chances of the game in the last 10 minutes of the game. Oh, there's a chance for Douglas. Is it going to cross the line? No, cleared off the line quite brilliantly by Saka. So all in all, a good day at the office for Consadole Sapporo. It should have been far more comfortable than it was, but they're now unbeaten in 7. It's finished here. Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo 2, Oita Trinita 0.
After 18 matches in the league, Yokohama are rock bottom with only 1 win to show for all of their efforts. Their opponents Tokyo have had 1 loss in their last 4 and should be confident of victory here. Yokohama's first effort came inside the first 20 minutes. A left-footed strike from Ryo Germain, saved though by Go Hatano. 9 minutes later, a deep cross from the left had Hatano in trouble under pressure from Kleber. Masato Morishige cleared it off the line with the help of the goalpost. Tokyo's first highlight came 3 minutes later. Slick work involving Leandro on the left. He fed Diego Oliveira and Adilton completed the move to make it 1-0 to the visitors. Five minutes before half-time, Tokyo looking to go 2 up. Cross from the left-hand side from Kashif finds Keigo Higashi, but under pressure at the near post. He couldn't get his effort on target. Into the second half now, and more pressure from Tokyo down their left-hand side. Diego Oliveira with the cross, Takuya Aoki's header over the bar. Yokohama now desperate to find an equaliser. Aijiro Takeda stealing the ball, his effort though coming back off the post, and Germain's effort on the rebound deflected for a corner. Yet more modern day fun with the defensive and offensive wall. Eventually Leandro's free kick saved by Yuji Rokutan. Still 1-0 and Yokohama desperate to find a way back. Germain squares it for Ryoha Ogawa, his strike saved by Hatano. Hatano the hero again as the cross comes in from the right hand side with 1 minute left. Hideto Takahashi's shot is blocked and Tokyo survive. And in the 4th minute of time added on for stoppages, they look to make it 2. Leandro's beautiful backheel playing in Tagawa, but he couldn't quite round the goalkeeper. 1-0 it finished to the visitors. Yokohama consigned to yet another defeat. They just can't catch a break, can they? Speaking of which, it's time for a break here. We'll have more goals coming up for you though on the other side. Welcome back to the J1 League Goal Zone. We're into the second half of the season, so let's keep the ball rolling as we take a trip to Hiroshima. Looking to break into the top 5, Sanfrecce came into this one on back-to-back draws and had only lost 1 in their last 6. At the other end of the spectrum, Kashiwa, deep inside the drop zone, were on back-to-back losses and had been winless in their last 6. Here's Mark Richmond.
Space opening up now for Morishima, trying to combine with Junior Santos, who usually has his head down and almost comes up with a flyer of a shot, which should have gone into the back of the net, but such has been the luck of Sanfrecce Hiroshima lately, that the goalposts just seemed so much smaller. Junior Santos, that's a lovely ball, that's drilled inside, yet again straight at the goalkeeper from Kashiwa. And so you'd have to say very strong reflexes from the 19-year-old to keep it out. Dori trying to slide right through to prevent the pass at the heart of the defense. Fuji's found some space. Disappointing cross though, but it's given another chance for Asano. Well blocked by Yuji Takahashi. Kept alive. Oh, it's gone neatly into the path of Kashiwa, and yet again he blazes it over. I think it took a deflection this time. Well, Jofuku can't do anything much other than applaud his attackers, because they have turned up with all the dexterity and verve that he needs from a side who need a goal. Kashiwa. Morishima, right through traffic. That is a splendid save by the 19-year-old making his J-League debut. Great work by Masato Sasaki. Well, a couple of shots have gone straight at him. He had one reflex save from Kashiwa, but this time he really had to spring, and it came in late through a sea of legs. Dodi. Oh, it's a lovely ball played through for Angelotti. He skipped past one. Angelotti! Finally, a real flash of his potential and his ability to take a strike on. Fuji, manufacturer of the cross, finds Nogami inside the penalty box, who tried to drill it back to Kawabe. It's well watched by Dodi. Kawabe's won it back. Junior Santos. Junior Santos! Another splendid save by Sasaki. You'd have to say great defending by Ominami as well, because he showed him the way and dared the Brazilian to take it to his weaker side, of which we've seen already. Kawabe. Sasaki's made a very good run on the outside, and he's found by... Oh, it's unlucky. It is very unlucky. That shows Sasaki will be claiming it, and Sanfrecce Hiroshima have scored a goal at home against Kashiwa Reysol for the first time since 2015. 2014, I should say. That's how long ago it has been. The build-up to it was fantastic. The finish, though, very unfortunate. It came off the substitute Shiihashi, who might be credited with an own goal. And if he is credited with an own goal, it will be the third J-League game in a row where Kashiwa Reysol have scored an own goal. 3 certainly not the magic number for them tonight. 3 has been the magic number for Sanfrecce Hiroshima, because it's a much-needed 3 points, which propels them up to 6th in the table above Avispa Fukuoka. And it's their first home win against Kashiwa Reysol since 2014. They win it by a 0-0.
The high-flying Antlers were brought back down to earth after losing 2 of their last 3 league games. They were at home to host Vegalta this time, a side who seemed to be turning things around, managing to avoid defeat in their last 3. 1 minute in, Vegalta's Ryoma Kida on the left. He finds Takuma Nishimura. His header, though, saved by the goalkeeper, Yuya Oki. 19 minutes in, and a deep cross is headed clear. Plenty of time for Keigo Tsurumoto to line up a strike. Just wide of the mark. Kashima trying from distance again in the 26th minute. Tsurumoto's shot on target. Nedeljko Stojasic gets a touch and fortuitously gathers it moments later. Stand by for one of the saves of the season in the 34th minute. Yuya Oki making sense of the confusion in front of him, and a reflex right arm tipping that ball over the bar. On the stroke of half-time, Kashima's Everaldo gets his head to a deep cross. Ayase Ueda's header then comes back off the crossbar. Into the second half now, and the Antlers on the break. Ueda with options decides to go straight for goal, but can't get his shot on target. The first rule of defending the high ball, they say, is don't let it bounce. Tomoya Inukai obviously didn't read that suggestion. Goalkeeper Oki then fails to clear, and Takuma Nishimura taps into an open net for the first goal of the game. '71st minute now, and the Antlers looking for their equaliser. Ueda tries from distance, Stojasic equal to it. And the Serbian on his J1 League debut was kept busy here in the 90th minute, denying Ueda once more. '97th minute now, Stojasic with a bit between his teeth, punches this header off the line. And just moments later, Juan Alano's cross didn't find anyone. That deceived the goalkeeper, and finally the equaliser came. 1-1 it finished. Urawa had been in a fine vein of form, taking a point off Nagoya to make it 5 matches without defeat. They'd be primed to extend that unbeaten run as they played Shonan, the visitors without a win in their last 5. Urawa on the attack in the 9th minute. Cross coming in from Takahiro Akimoto. Looked like it had been well defended, but eventually Kasper Juncker pounces on the error, and that's 1-0. A defensive error at the other end of the field in the 27th minute eventually let the ball fall to Naoki Yamada, who struck that sweetly to make it 1-1. Kasper Juncker's start to his J1 campaign has been mouthwatering, but this probably the highlight of the lot, showing strength and pace on the break to chip the ball beautifully over the goalkeeper. 2-1 Urawa. 11 minutes later, he was looking for his hat-trick. Picking up the ball from Tomoaki Okubo, the left-footed strike finds the foot of the post. Now in the 65th minute, a lovely touch from Okubo. He turns inside and sees his shot saved. That provides Juncker with a double opportunity, but goalkeeper Kosei Tani the hero of the moment. "20 minutes left now, and Shonan looking for their equaliser. Taiga Hata's cross finds Wellington, who leaps beyond the challenge of the goalkeeper Zion Suzuki, and it's 2-2. Shonan now looking for the winner with 3 minutes left after the cross comes in from the left-hand side. Takuya Okamoto finds a clinical finish to steal the points for the visitors. So a recap of the results for you. Avispa taking another hit, losing 2-1 at home to Kobe. Consadole Sapporo faring better at home, putting 2 goals past Oita. 1 goal was enough for Tokyo to consign Yokohama to another loss, while Sanfrecce squeezed 1 past Kashiwa to take the 3 points. Kashima could only manage a draw at home against Sendai. The top 3 sides not in action this round, but they keep their positions in place. Kawasaki with an 18-point lead over Nagoya. The Marinos are just 1 win away from stealing second and have 4 games in hand. 2 straight losses see Avispa drop to 7th, while Consadole finally break into the top half for the first time since March. Another draw for Vegalta finally moves them out of the drop zone, but it's still a tight affair at the bottom of the table. Just a couple of points separating the sides, which means every point is crucial in the bid to stave off relegation come the end of the season. That's all the time for you we have on this edition. My name's Steve Dawson, and we'll see you next time on the J1 League Goal Zone.